Let me tell you something that I wish I knew when I was 16 years old. One of the biggest things that's holding me back from my future, and I want to make sure that you don't feel like you're losing your place in this world. If you feel like you're lost and you don't know what to do, what decisions to make, or where you're going next, here are some of the ways that I help hundreds of teenagers who I coach every single year. Because over the last couple of years, I've been helping teenagers understand their purpose and understanding what they can do next to achieve their goals. It can be so confusing hearing all the different messages of you should do this, should do that, but no one really knows what you're feeling or understanding. It's about making sure that we can understand where you're coming from and at the same time understanding where you're going or want to go. Because it can be so overwhelming having something told from your parents, to your career advisor, to your mates, and then that critical mind inside of you telling you that you're not good enough.
Yeah, but it still hurts.
I want to be able to help you to move through that next step, bust through those barriers, and make sure you're living a life that's actually on your terms. Because the last thing I want you to do is come up to me and say, Jordan, I don't know what to do in my life right now. I feel lost. Why has everyone else got it together except for me? Because I get it. When I was 16, I was really struggling to understand what to do with my life. I had a good idea of what I liked, but I didn't really know where I was going next. And that was one of the biggest things that held me back. I was so afraid of making the wrong decision, so afraid of doing something wrong that I was going to get in trouble, I was just going to beat myself up a bit more. And I was just getting stuck in this procrastination cycle. During this time, it was so heavy and it weighed on me a lot. I had a lot of anxiety. I was a bit depressed. I just didn't really know what to do next. And I felt like the more I tried to think about it, the more I just get into this cycle through my head saying, you don't know what to do, you don't know what to do, I don't know what to do next. And from there, it just really struggled to make me feel like I knew where I was going. And I see so many teenagers with this today. So here's how we're actually going to get you to start moving and start creating a clear path for what you want to do and start creating some purpose in your life so you can start feeling more happy, more energetic, more driven and motivated to doing amazing things for yourself. So why do you feel lost right now? Here's part of the uncomfortable truth. You are meant to feel lost throughout your teenage years and early adulthood. It's not meant to be something which has the answer coming directly to you. Because I tell you why? Because you are changing every single day. You went through part of your life as a kid was all about having fun, growing up, just being something which is all about focus on doing the thing which is going to make you feel happy. But when you start to grow up through the years, you start to feel more lost because you have more options. You're growing so quickly, you start to develop these interests which are way stronger in one area and you don't move away from interests that you were previously in before. This is what we call identity change. And when we go through identity change, we don't know what's coming next. So it feels like we're really making all these changes, but we don't have a clear path of where we're going, which is exactly why when you're going through this time, your mind will start telling these things like, you are that kind of guy, why aren't you that kind of guy anymore? Or this is something new, like where are you going? How come our mates are going over there and we're moving all the way over here? This is why we start feeling lost. And I tell you what, this is actually a good thing. It opens up so many opportunities for you. When you start to feel like you have to go with the crowd and start doing things that everyone else is, that's when things start to really struggle because at the time, it seems like it's the right thing to do. But the more you do it, you start realizing, hey, this isn't for me. This isn't what I like to do. But we need to start making actions which are going to go towards what we want to do. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck in this cycle where we're doing what everyone else does, not enjoying it, and not really being our authentic self.
I'm stuck.
So what I want you to do is just accept this as part of the journey. Accept this as part of your identity change to being the person that is going to be successful, confident, motivated in the future. These things are on your timeline. You're just not there yet. You need to go through all these steps before that to actually get there. Otherwise, you won't be able to live that life that you want. If we spend too much time trying to change our identity to someone else's, then we're not going to be able to have that fulfilled life. We're not going to feel motivated every day. We're going to feel like we're living someone else's dream and not ours. One of the biggest things that humans are struggling with at the moment is anxiety.
You're stressed.
You're stressed.
That anxiety comes a lot of the time from envy, comparison to other people. Where we can recognize that we're comparing ourselves to other people, then we can start taking control of what we're doing and start living that life that we want. The anxiety will start disappearing. You'll start to feel more confident in yourself. You'll start to feel like you're actually living a life which makes you happy every day to wake up to. And that's what we're going to go through more today. So let's turn that lost feeling into something. What I want you to do right now is I want you to think of one thing that you're really wanting to make a change for. Something which you've been holding yourself back, whether it's getting fit in shape, feeling more confident, talking to girls or boys, being better at school, finding interest in sport or reading or even becoming a content creator. And I want you to think about why it means a lot to you. Why do you see that as something as part of you? And what do you see as the long term of doing this thing for a long time? Can you see yourself doing this in 1, 2, 5, 10 years from now? And where do you see your life then? When you can start understanding where this is going, it's going to really help you to understand, like, this is kind of the path that I want to be on. I don't know the next exact step, but I know what this path is going. So once you get that into your head right now, this is what's going to happen. You're going to start feeling like it's a long way away. And that's why we're going to break it down. We're going to make it so simple that you're going to start taking action today on it.
Let's go.
But the great thing is, because you started feeling lost right now, this is actually what happens when your brain starts feeling lost. You start to feel like you actually want to challenge yourself, you want to become inspired, and you're going to start doing something right now. That's what the feeling of being lost. If you weren't feeling lost right now and you're just kind of going with the flow, you wouldn't even have this conversation. But the fact that you're here right now means that you are ready to go. And that's what we need to look for. So now that you've got this amazing image of what you want to do for yourself for the next couple of years, and if you're not super clear on it, that's okay. We're going to start breaking it down anyway. Because what we're going to do right now is we're going to take the next step. We're going to focus on one thing that you can do this week or today that's going to get you moving towards this big goal. And for you, that could be going to the gym to start putting on some muscle, start losing weight, start feeling good about yourself. That could be doing that extra little bit of study, that reading, folks reading the entrepreneur's book.
I can read? That's right, I can read!
That sportsman book, that whatever book it is that helped you how to build a business. There's so many different things you can do. It could be applying for a job or even just researching what jobs are out there. That's still taking a step. And the other one, if you want to start building confidence and start feeling like you're more than what you are right now, I want you to think of something which is an uncomfortable situation, which is going to make you feel a bit weird, uncomfortable to kind of go and do, whether it's talking to a girl or a boy, or it could be asking your parents for something. It could be even asking your mates for something as well, to hang out. And if you start thinking about what this next step is, this is where you start drawing the line, because the difference between you right now, not being to open up to talk to anyone, and the person who's super confident, you know, getting on stage or being a content creator, it all comes down to the fact that it's all one step at a time. No one's built confident, no one's built like a bodybuilder from the beginning. They're all the same people, ordinary people who have just woken up and started taking one action step at a time until eventually, over a long enough time period, like we spoke about before, has become their identity and they've become that person. For a long time when I was stuck in this negative cycle, I didn't really know what to do. I was really skinny. I didn't really know where I was going to go next. And I found like I was in a lot of trouble in terms of just kind of going out drinking, underage, kind of getting in trouble with my mates, and never really actually getting anything done in particular. But when I started to kind of put in action steps of like, okay, I want to go to university, I want to start doing these things, I just started with that 5 minutes study a day. I started with not drinking as much on the weekends. I started with being kinder to people and being more respectful to people so I get respect back. And I started doing all these things on just a very small basis. But over many, many years, I'm at this point now where I've got a master's degree. I've been able to build a business, a successful business. I've been able to make lots of friends. I'm fit and healthy, and all these things along the way. It didn't come overnight. It come from doing things consecutively, consistently over years and years and years. And that's what I want from you. I want you to be able to do this for yourself as well. I want you to be able to go out right now and start taking action steps today. The more you can start taking action, the quicker you're going to get to that time period in the future. And that's when you can start living that dream that you've always wanted. If you're somebody who's trying to build confidence and start making positive change yourself, come join our free group below. You'll be able to click on the link, join with other motivated teenagers and start making a difference today. There's a whole bunch of courses in there about building confidence, how to study better, how to lift weights, how to eat healthier, and start making those changes today. It's all about making big goals yourself and starting to see a real difference from the first day. If you're someone who wants to be able to find more of this content, make sure you subscribe, jump on the next video and see what you can start doing when you start getting a little bit more of a clear path to those goals.